Hello everyone. I hope you can see me. I hope you can hear me and everything is wonderful. So let me know please if the sound is good, if the picture is good and you're able to hear me and see me. Okay. Uh, I'm gonna continue to work today. I'm not gonna uh, show you my nose. Okay. So I'm gonna just continue working and maybe just a little bit talking. And if you do have questions, please feel free, okay? So you can always ask me. Don't forget to like it. If you're not subscribed, obviously, please subscribe, okay? And share. If you're watching me on Facebook or Twitch, please. I also want to ask you uh, just a comment, okay? Really important for me to know the feedback. If you like what you see, if you don't like what you see, and so on. Okay, please. I would really do appreciate that. Now, I can see there's some people connected. Let me check. Okay, I see some people already on YouTube, some people on Facebook. Let me know where you're watching from. Okay, I really would appreciate that. So yes, I'm still working on that piece, and I named this stream "Did I fail?" Okay, and what do I mean by fail? I wish I'm carving a lot quicker. Although I'm not that slow, I'm quick enough, but it still takes longer than what I would like to see. I know I'm carving a lot faster than lots of people, lots of wood carvers in the world, but I'm still kind of would love to get that much quicker. Okay, so I was hoping to get this particular piece about like 4 or 5 days ago. I mean, being done, but it's not, obviously, and that is the problem. That is the well, it's not a big problem, but still somewhat problem. Okay, uh, like I said, did I fail? My yes. If you would ask me about the deadline, most likely yes, I did. But on another hand, I would like to excuse myself and all of you who do carve, especially if you do carve for living, like I do. When I'm saying carving for living, I'm not carving just for fun. Yes, I do have lots of fun with that thing, but that is my bread and butter. Okay, so I carve to place food on my table, feed my family, and so on. And like I said, I only wish I would be much, much more productive. But I checked in the history how long it would take for the wood carvers to finish a piece like that, let's say, or even other pieces I was carving. I was reading one book from England, 19th century guy. He used to live, of course, in England, and he was a somewhat famous wood carver back then. He wrote uh, autobiography. His name Wallace, I should say. His name was Wallace because he's long time, gone from this planet. So he's not here no longer. And he's actually writing a book about his life and experiences. And he's, like I said, he was well known in 19th century. He was somewhat like a replica of Grilling Gibbons. I apologize for my mispronunciation. Yeah, I mean, if you know a little bit about the wood carving, Grilling Gibbons was one of the most famous wood carvers in England uh, long before this guy, long before Wallace. And Grilling Gibbons used to carve, and he loved flowers. And he was, like I said, and he still is the most famous probably in England history of the wood carvers, and all around the world. And lots of people, they do really appreciate the quality of wood carving, what he did back then. So he was born in 17th century. I'm talking about Grilling Gibbons, April 4th, I believe, 1648, as I remember. And you know, almost everyone in the world knows about him. And he used like a layering techniques when he carved. So, and Wallace, the guy I'm actually started to talk about, he used to live in 19th century, most of the 19th century. I mean, we're talking about he was born in the first part of 19th century, and he saw, you know, King Arthur and so on. But my point is, the guy was actually even better carver than, in my opinion, of course, than Greenland Gibbons. He did not use layering technique. He used just a solid piece of wood, and he achieved a much greater quality of wood carving. Again, that is just my opinion based on the pictures I saw. Of course, pictures, they don't show the real quality. uh, you have to really see that in person to be able to justify how good he was or how bad he was. But anyway, so the point is, so he was really, really good guy. He wrote the book about his life, autobiography. Okay, and he mentioned how much he charged for wood carving. Of course, he was carving for living, so that was most of his life, his profession. How much he paid, what's the expenses were, and so on. Okay, and particularly he just breaks down some of the pieces, how long it took him, which you can still find online, and you can check beautiful, beautiful pieces and how many months it took him to do. Yes, and you heard me right. I mean, average piece for him was like uh, of course he didn't carve small pieces. Most of the time it was little bigger pieces, and he wrote about how many days, how many months as it took him to carve, and how much he got paid for it. Okay, and I tried to calculate that in a modern day, recalculate I should say. Let's say if I'm carving about the same size piece, and how much I am charging for that piece, how long it takes, and I came to conclusion. So the guy was charging a lot more than I am charging. Okay, so he was charging a lot more, and that was justifiable because he actually took longer, and he was one of the quickest people. Okay, people, are you watching me on YouTube and the Facebook? Is the quality of the video good, and the quality of sound, I'm talking about audio, is good? Just let me know, please. Okay, and don't forget to like it, and again, share it if you wish, of course. I'm just asking you. But my point is, he charged, for example, he did just one job. Okay, he did just one job, about 48 inches tall. It was like 4 feet if you in United States. So it's bigger than, of course, 1 meter if you're watching me from other places. So, and he charged for that piece, and he got paid. And I checked the housing in England back then in his town. How much was housing to buy a house, not to rent? How much was the house back then? Like, let's say 1859, 1861, and so on. And I was surprised. One piece, one commission bought him a house. All right. So that was actually really surprising. And also, another piece bought him the whole shop. He was able to maintain his shop and so on. So he was actually paid really well. He didn't really worry about the timing, I guess, because back then people realized that is not just a simple trade, it's somewhat art. Yes, it is trade, I should say, but still, it's a more artistic trade. It's a lot more probably. It takes ability to think in three-dimensional world than anything else. But he bought the house, okay, for just one commission. I guess it's a good deal. Of course, it wasn't probably a mansion. Uh, you know, don't get excited. It's not like a huge house, but still, it is amazing that from one piece you are able to buy a house without monthly payments, without mortgage, without banking, and so on. So, and I guess as a wood carvers, of course, there's different age, of course, who's watching me, but still, as a wood carvers, we really have to fight uh, for, just to be at least like equal back then. The trade was paid well, okay? I think it should be paid better. I mean, than what most of the people charging nowadays. So, but again, I named that uh, live stream, Did I Fail? And yes, I mean, nowadays people really, if they want to get something, they don't have a lot of patience anymore, which is not necessarily the best quality of human character, I would say. But like I said, if I'm comparing uh, what I wish to accomplish in a certain day and what I actually done, uh, by no means, yes, I would like to get that much quicker. Yeah, I would love to be much more productive, if you wish, if I can even say that. Not that I'm not productive, but still, I wish to be more productive. I would like to be more productive, I should say. But on another hand, comparing to past, how long it took those masters in the history, I'm doing actually really well. I'm actually like a Speedy Gonzalez, really quick and fast without sacrificing quality. Okay, yes, if I would just have a lot more time, I can spend a lot more. If I would spend a lot more time, I could just do a lot more details, a lot more quality, if you wish. Okay. So for the question what I'm doing. Someone actually asked me, although most of you probably who is watching, you already what I'm doing. You know what I'm ready. You already know what I'm doing. I'm working on a like a Venus style room, like Venus or Venice, I should say, a Venetian style room from a 16th century style, end of 15th, beginning of 16th century. Those details are like almost last details. Let me check the stream if everything is good. Let me see if you're able to see me, whatever you see or watching. Are you able to see me on YouTube? Looks like I am there, but let me know, please, if you're able to see me or not, because for some reason it doesn't show on my end that you are here. Okay, I really appreciate. Okay, team, thank you very much. Salsa, wonderful. I don't know why I can't see that, but anyway, just please comment. Just please participate in chat. It's really important for me, by the way, to know if everything is good and so on. And comment and ask me any question, please. Ask me any question. Uh, well, not any, of course, related to wood carving. I'll try to answer that. Uh, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to answer all the questions, but some of the questions I'll be able to. All right, wonderful. So, uh, thank you, Phil. Thank you, Celso, team, John. Good to see you all, people. Although, yes, I'm not seeing you really, but I'm still happy that you're here. All right. So I'm still working on that piece. I'm still doing what I have to do, and I wish I finish it really quickly, and I wanted to actually ship that piece in November yet. Not that piece, not I'm talking about just that detail. That is just one part of the uh, big composition, and I couldn't because sometimes when you carve, you can just do the whole mile in one day, and sometimes it's just not the case. Sometimes it's so slow you can work only on 1 inch. Not literally 1 inch, but you know what I mean if you would carver. And if you agree with me, just to say amen in the chat, so you know what I mean. So you wish it takes much quicker, but sometimes it's just not the case. What can you do? What can you do? And honestly, I don't know what I can do. So, but let me explain what that is. That is going to be just one part on a door. Okay, on a door it's going to be like application. There's going to be some kind of moldings going on and so on. Tim is asking, have you carved any red cedar? I have an abundance available. Yes, of course. Cedar is actually excellent wood carving wood. It's one of the best, I would say, for the certain application. Especially, you can read in a Bible temple. The whole temple Solomon built in Jerusalem long, long time ago, of course. And most of the carving on the walls they used just a cedar, not necessarily red cedar. It was Lebanon cedar. It was still it was cedar. I don't know, by the way, if it's a red or not. But Lebanon cedar is considered one of the best, and he used that not only in a temple. He built, but also in his own house. Okay, and it's a good, I mean, it's a really good treat for the wood carving. The only problem I see when you look, for example, on this piece, yeah, you can see some kind of grain going on. By the way, yes, like it and subscribe it. Don't forget to hit that like button. Okay, but you can see the grain in this piece, and I don't worry about the particular piece because it's going to be painted white, and I'm okay. But for example, if it would be just a clear finish, or if it would be like a stain, then it could create some kind of problem. Okay, that could create some kind of problem because the grain destructs. Okay, what I'm talking about, when you look at the piece uh, and all the movements and so on, and just imagine all the grain, even this right here. I know it probably doesn't destruct too much, but multiply that line a lots of times. Okay, a lots of times, and it destructs the movement. Uh, like I said, on the big carving, on a huge carving, it is okay, but you're not going to be able to see details. Okay, you're not going to be able to catch all the details. We're talking about cedar wood. But on another hand, yes, I mean, I know some wood carvers, they love to carve cedar, like a small even chess uh, for the, you know what I'm talking about, the game. Okay, so for the chess game, so they make that from the cedar. I know some people who actually do that. They don't use anything else, just the cedar. Not necessarily red, but still, it is a cedar. So to answer your question, cedar is excellent wood for the wood carving. It carves easy, by the way. It's even softer than basswood. In my opinion, it's a really good wood. Okay, let me see. Arthur, good to see you. Okay, let me see if everything is good. All right. Looks like everything working okay. So far, no problem. If you wonder what type of tool am I using, it's a unique tool. Really beautiful tool. I love it. So that is my own line pretty much. But it's called Secura. Okay. And that is like almost like a skew, but it has multiple angles. And with this tool, it is really easy to hit from all the different points and get the multi operations done. Right. Let me see if I missed something. By the way, if you do have a question, feel free to ask. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to answer it, but still, just ask if you do have a question. Okay, wonderful question. How do you sharpen the Ashley Isles inside bevel on a Gonzalez skew? Okay, now, so what you're talking about is this tool. That is Ashley Isles Gonzalez tool, and this one is my own version, pretty much, of Gonzalez tool, but it's my line. So I'm not sure if I am following you 100%. What do you mean inside the bevel on the Gonzalez tool? So there's two sides. I mean, you can obviously on my tool, you can actually see, I'm not sure if you can catch the light right there. So you can see there's a bevel on one side, there's a bevel on another side, okay? And there's absolutely nothing on the inside. I'm not sure if you're referring to this one. So and Gonzalez also, it has only two sides, one and two, and nothing on the inside. What you probably mean, let me find one. So you're probably talking about a different tool, which I really don't use, and it is not in use at all, and I it's hidden away from me. Uh, it's by file. They do have an inner bevel. No, I didn't find that. So they do have an inner bevel right here, and it works on pull. Okay, so you actually pulling with this, but it's really dangerous. And also they do have a bevel, not bevel, right here. So they actually use a bevel on this side as well, right here, and you can work on a pull. But it's a dangerous tool. I would not recommend that tool to anybody. I'm talking about by file, Swiss made. Okay. So yes, Phil, that's what you're referring. The file. I'm not sure if I, like I said, I do have both versions of it, but I never use that. Okay. I never use that because of the how dangerous that tool is. Hold on just a second. Let me try to find that. Okay. Let me try to find that. Maybe I'll be lucky and I'll find it quickly. Yes, I found it. Okay. I found. But like I said, I don't use it. So what you're talking about, this one and that one, it's by file, right? And this one is what I'm using. That is, what I'm using. See the difference? See the difference? They do have a bevel on inside and then on outside. What the problem I see with this tool when you're working, let's say with that tool, if you're doing a push operation, just like that, it's absolutely okay, absolutely no problem, no problema. Okay, so you can work with that on a push. But they designed that tool with inside bevel to work with the tool on a pull like this. So like Japanese style woodworking, just pulling towards yourself. First of all, it's not that comfortable. It's number one. I mean, you can get used to it. It's not a big deal. But the problem is, like I said, the most of the time when you're working like a pushing. And every carver I know, and myself including, sometimes we use fingers, okay, to help, okay, and we just press on that thing, okay, just on that part, okay, and that's a really good idea not to have that part sharp. I mean, try to press it on this baby, okay, you're gonna slice it. I told it multiple times pretty much about this tool in my live streams. It's looking good. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a nicely looking tool, but it's dangerous. I know a person who actually sliced all the way through his finger just because he didn't think about how sharp that is, and he pushed that thing. So that's why I don't use it. I would uh, I would just go with the better version, uh, or just the Gonzalez. Even the Gonzalez is actually excellent tool because it's a really smooth on this side, and you can push it. I hope it makes sense and answers your question. So that is why we kept on my version also. But on my version, what I did, we did the notch, okay, just like that. So make the tool more useful versus the Gonzalez, let's say. If you look at the Gonzalez itself, so it has just like almost like a 90 degrees cut, uh, which is absolutely okay, not not a problem whatsoever. But aesthetically, I like to see the curvature on the inside of the tool. Of course, that's my preference. Um and with this small corner, so if I need to get on inside somewhere right here, so I can actually use that corner right there nicely, and it feels beautifully. Of course, I could probably do it to Gonzalez too, but um, not as smoothly because I changed little angle. If you just compare two of them, so see what I did, I actually changed that angle slightly because it gives me, if you look from above, let's say the same operation to get on inside, I can hit already the border of this detail with my tool, so I can actually go all the way almost, and I still able to create the cut. So it's a little improved version, I would say. I hope it answers the question. If it does, let me know. If it doesn't, ask me again and I'll try to answer it. But I think I answered that. But as far as how to sharpen it, oh, by the way, I'm sorry. I talked about how bad that tool is, but I didn't say about sharpening it. The same way I always sharpen all my tools. I use. I mean, you can do that on a stone, so it's not a big deal. You can actually do it even by hand. I'm talking about just to take some kind of slipstone or Arkansas uh, soft stone, and what you do, you just find the bevel and you just hold the tool just like that and just go, with the direction, and it's going to be sharpened. First of all, with like a soft Arkansas, then you would just switch to translucent and give that really really nice bevel. Of course, this way you flip it and you work opposite direction. But I use machines, and then you just hone it. Let me know, Phil, please, if it answered your question or not. By the way, yes, follow me on Instagram and Facebook. It's a Woodcarver Grabovetskiy. Both also on a Pinterest, the same, and Twitter. So the same thing. By the way, for those of you who celebrated Christmas, Merry Christmas to you. In Russia, they still gonna celebrate that on I'm sorry, January 7th, and Amish people celebrate that on January 6th, the old calendar. So Merry Christmas to you, uh, but also Happy New Year. So I hope that next year will be really really big blessing for you and your family. Just a Happy New Year. Well, I'm not sure if I should say happy. I'm not sure what does it really mean, happy, but whatever, you know, I still think it's a good idea to be positive. Doesn't matter what's going on outside. All that matters what's going on inside of a human being. I'm talking about, like in this case, just myself. Sergio, good to see you. Good to see you. Are you still in Europe? Are you in South America? Are you still in Holland or Belgium? Tim is saying happy that God is still in control. Well, at least some people can say that for sure. That is a good thing. Unfortunately, not in everybody else's, not in everybody's lives, but yes, he is in control in lives of those who gave him that control, I guess. In Holland, okay. Still in Holland. What about classes in Belgium? Are they offering classes, Sergio, uh, in the classes you took in Belgium? I mean, are you still able to do that in person or not? Or is it closed, locked? Well, let me get my pencil, if I'll be able to find my pencil. Hope I'm gonna be able to find my pencil. Thanks for bringing this up. I was going to ask the same question. By the way, there's only one S in ILS. Okay. Sergio, I've stopped with class in Antwerp, but they are going on every side. Oh, I see. I see. Well, I'm glad you not stopped with me. So you kind of stuck with my online school, which is a good thing. I'm talking about stuck, so you are a part of my school in a good way, okay? Just in a good way. By the way, people, check if you're not part of my school. Check my school, please. Schoolofwoodcarving.com. I do have also in menu like in person calendar. Okay, so you can just check that out. I'm gonna teach next year multiple times. I'm gonna teach in multiple places, and just to check that out, schoolofwoodcarving.com. I know some of the classes already sold out, so you're not gonna be able to get in. But I'm gonna be, like I said, in multiple classes. The first I'm gonna be in Austin, Texas, School of Furniture in Austin, and I believe the class completely sold out long time ago already. But you can communicate with them, and they can put you on a holding or on a list, okay, on a waiting list, I should say, not holding list. I apologize. Rustam, здравствуйте. So that is going to be the first class. Then I'm going to be multiple times in Mark Adams, a school in Indianapolis. By the way, I know the classes in May, they are sold out as of today, but you're still able to get in another classes, but you really have to communicate them quickly, okay? So you have to go there quickly and just get with me. I'm going to have some 1 week long classes and some weekend classes, wood carving classes. So I also gonna be in a couple times, 2 weeks, I believe, in Main Coast workshop. It's beautiful, one of the most gorgeous places on the planet Earth, I think. Maybe not on the planet Earth, but at least in the United States. It's just absolutely one of the best cities, small towns, actually, I should say, not cities. How beautiful that is in the state of Maine. So you have to check. It's filling really quickly. There's, I know, a couple spots left. Uh, but if you want to take some of the classes with me, I'm gonna have a class like a Grilling Gibbons and classical carving there. I also gonna be in fall in Tampa. Okay, so you also have to probably communicate already by now, just to try to get in that class. Hope it answers. Now, Kevin, good to see you. Sergio, yes, it is very good every week having to lots of follow with the 15th century Venice room. Oh, I know. That is, like I mentioned, that is only one detail. I'm getting close to being done, by the way. I've got so much. I've got so many details, you know. But I also, maybe someday, I'm gonna do uh, in my class, I mean, in my school, like carving like this. I'm talking about just the crepes, like onlay, and hope you're gonna love it also. But it's going to be next year. Maybe not the whole onlay, but maybe some section. So let me know if you like the idea of having something carved like this. And what you said, Sergio, so there's lots of videos. People don't realize. I mean, I don't post on YouTube as many videos as I do on my school site. On my school site, it's a lot more. I mean, I'm talking about the school of woodcarving.com. So a lot more. I've got over 2,500 videos, and I'm adding weekly. Every week, I'm adding new stuff right there. Okay. By the way, I'm not filming this piece because it has a same element what I showed previously, like a cantus leaf movement, flowers. Although it's not done yet, but still, uh, I did not film it. I'm not sure. Sergio, you tell me if you think it's a good idea to film because I have to do a second piece, exactly the same like this one. So I've got glue ups. By the way, that is also to answer your question, how I've done that curvature. So it goes uphill, and that is the glue up for the piece like that, but opposite direction. So I used 3 pieces of 8 quarter. Okay, so it's 8 quarter material. So 2 inches, 2 inches, and 2 inches, 6 inches thick, and 2 inches rest of it. Okay, I know on the video it doesn't show really uh, how it really looks, but let me know if you want to see that filmed or not. I love the idea of onlay, maybe line onlay. Yes, I know what you're talking about. Hold on just a second. Uh, Let me show you what you mean. Yes, I mean, I do have the line on lane. I do have all the filming done. Okay, I've done all the filming. I've got miles and miles and miles of footage, and that's on my hard drive, external hard drive, line on lace. Okay, but there is a problem with the line onlay. Let me see if I'll be able to find a picture of it or not. Hold on just a second. Uh, I'm not sure if I'll be able to find the line you're talking about, but yes, it is coming up. Okay, just hold on just 1 second. Okay, let me Google it. Let me Google it and I'll show it to you. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I found it. So you're talking about this. Okay, you're talking about those lines. Here you go. So that is the lines you talking about. Okay. Uh, my apologies that those lines they still not on my school site in a I mean there's actually some stages done how I used clay to model it, but what the problem I had, it's actually with some of the people of my school. Okay, because I've got people from all over the world, and there's a lot of different opinions, and some people just emailing me. Even Sergio, he experienced the problem when some people asked me, hey, just to get rid of when you don't talk, just leave all the talking. uh, and I made just one video, and he said it was a really good video for him to laugh about. Okay, so that was the experience. And other people saying, hey, you don't have to film and talk, you can just film it and then uh, do the voice over. And that's what I did with the lions. Okay, and again, just because I'm filming, it takes sometimes longer. And with the lines, I could prove to you when I don't talk, it takes a lot quicker. I mean, just a lot easier to do that stuff when I don't talk. Okay, so but anyway, so my lines, my footage, they are ready to be edited. But to edit that, it's not just the chopping videos. It is about voiceover, and sometimes, honestly, I just don't know what to say. Okay, I mean, it is what it is. I just don't know what to say. I'm carving, and yeah, I'll try to do my best to edit that. Maybe I can find some other better way how I can use my voiceover with those lines. And I don't know, maybe we can find together that way. Maybe you can just ask me questions and I can answer while I'm showing that. But it's gonna take long time to for the interactions. You sparked my interest in classical orders. There's so much to learn. Now when I go into town, the building look like alive with the beauty, many things. Oh, thank you very much. But I don't carve only classical orders. So like the beginner's course, I'm not sure if you've done the beginner's course with just one knife. It's nothing to do with classical whatsoever. It's a more old 8th, 9th century European style. I'm talking about the bird and the beginner's course. It's actually one of the most downloaded and carved courses on my online school. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find that one in the pictures. I don't think so. Let me check if I'll find that. I don't think I have that in my pictures somewhere close by. But anyway, so uh, I love carving. Doesn't matter what style. I really love it. And obviously, yes, I do love historical stuff like Sergio. So he also loves that Baroque style and so on. Transitional style between Baroque and Rococo, early Rococo, and so on. So also really interesting, which took place in Italy. And Venetian style, this style is one of the most earliest stages of development of the style itself. Then it transitioned to Europe. I'm talking about Northern Europe, like Germany, England, and so on. But Venice was the first place when they actually did something like that. Yes, I did the beginner's course and loved it very much. Knife is my favorite tool. Mine as well. Hey, great question. Okay, great question. I've got my own tools already right there. See this? Right here. So, but you asking about when I gonna sell that? Next year. Okay, it's coming up. We are finalizing at the last stage. I'm adding a couple more tools to the set, which is not available from anywhere in the world. Nobody else makes it. But it's based on pretty much it would be based on 18th, beginning of 18th, end of 19th, end of 17th century, based on what tools Greenland and Gibbons used. A couple tools I'm gonna add. Okay, that is a secret as of now. Like I said, nobody else makes them. I don't want anybody would steal that idea. Preliminary. I know, pretty sure they're gonna do that later on, but for now it's gonna be a secret. But those couple tools gonna be in a set, and those couple tools will be made especially for those people who love carving uh, in really tight spots, like inside of those eyes, let's say. You know, when you're carving on inside, not every tool can get on inside and excavate. So those couple tools designed for that. Hope it answers your question. But soon, 2022. Okay, so we're gonna be able to sell those tools. But you have to remember, it is not mass production. Okay, so those tools more like a high-end tools. By the way, that's what I'm using one of them. Okay, those tools are more like a high-end tools, and they all handmade, so hand polished. Of course, there's going to be some machining done, but forged and everything. So it's not just um, any type of steel. It's going to be all forged steel. So really good quality. By the way, some of you probably had a question: how it does hold the edge? Okay, I'm using those tools already for half a month. So I've got that the first set I opened a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, actually exactly 2 weeks ago, half a month ago, and I even not once stropped that. I didn't even sharpen that. I even didn't strop it. Of course, it's not the only tools I'm using, but I'm trying to use as much as possible those tools because I really want to make sure it does hold the edge, and it actually really holds the edge really well. Okay, so the steel is excellent steel. It's not, I should say, it's not beginner's steel, okay? Not beginner's steel. So that is a more high-end steel that what was used. But see that? I mean, it's a really clean cut. Uh, really clean cut. Absolutely. I mean, you can hear that. And you can see how shiny surface it leaves. It holds really well. Okay, wonderful people. I think it's enough for today. Now, I want to ask you, do you really want me to do more live streams or not? Because if people not connecting, if people not subscribing, if people not liking my videos, I'm talking about literally just push that button, like button. If you don't do that, I mean, do I waste my time? Because I really have to work or you want to see my videos. Okay, let me know, please. Okay, and if you want to see my videos, don't forget to like it now. Okay, so that is it is important. It is important for me also just to know if, like I said, if I'm wasting time, and I know I'm not uh, Hollywood guy, so I'm not making any funny movies for you just to be entertained. But and I know some of you probably don't like my accent whatsoever, but please, you know, let me know. I need to know that, okay? If you wanna watch my videos or not. If you wanna watch my videos or not. So I'm gonna do some modification right here. Kind of didn't like the flow. I also did a couple times videos without talking, just carving, and I'm not sure if people like it or not. I really want to know. Um, of course, sometimes it's hard to talk and carve. It's a lot easier for me just to turn on the live stream and just to carve without talking whatsoever. And if you think it's a good idea to do that, let me know, please. I'll just do much more often, just the carving videos, and you can just enjoy being with me in my shop and hear, you know, all the, you know, sound those tools make. Yes, please, follow me on Instagram. It really also tells me a lot, and Facebook, Woodcarver Grabovetskiy. See, I had to make some modifications, which is all right. It happens all the time. The live streams are great. If they don't inconvenience you, hope you continue to stream, whether talking or not. Wonderful. Maybe you will get more viewers if you do the live stream at night when people are at home. Yeah, maybe, but I'm also at home. Okay, it's a good idea, but I also have a family, and besides that, I do have other responsibilities. Uh, I also want to ask you. I did some replays. Okay, so what I'm talking about now, I'm doing live, live. I'm just carving, talking to you, and just checking what you have to say. But I tried to replay. Okay, a couple of the streams. I tried different times, like even at 3 a.m. Like at when people in the United States sleeping, and I was surprised. Actually, it was watched from other parts of the world with the good responses. Okay, so maybe replace a good idea, but again, I have to know. So without the feedback, I have absolutely no idea. So if it's a good idea to just get the replays or not. I really enjoy live talk. Okay, I really enjoy when people connecting and talking to me. It Important. It's important. Okay, wonderful people. I think it's enough for today. It's been like almost an hour. Have a wonderful day, everyone. You don't see my nose today. I didn't want to show that today. I was just trying to work on my piece. Comment, consider subscribing, hit that like button, please. I really do appreciate if you will do it. Okay, and happy New Year, everyone. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do live before the New Year. It's already like only a couple days left. Maybe. Okay, maybe. Have a good one. Thank you very much. Blessings to all of you. Ron, have a good one. Sergio, absolutely. You too. You too. Happy New Year, Ron. You are my brother also, as well, I should say. Happy New Year. Have a good one.